another turn of events, the Trump administration is declaring an end to the taxpayer-funded vacation that they believe that many of the housing voucher recipients are receiving. And so when we look at the numbers here nationwide, there are roughly 2.3 million people, including families and children, that are receiving housing subsidies and housing vouchers. Now, if they roll out this, they're going to do it by declaring a national housing emergency, and that would be the National Emergency Act of 1976. More than likely, that's going to roll out between now and the end of the year, and if it does, then anybody 18 to 61 will have a 20-hour work requirement, and you will have a term limit of 2 to 5 years to use the voucher, and then you're out of there, okay? I don't know if you can reapply or not because they've not suggested so. I think it's a one-shot deal. Veterans have not been excluded from this. I was dead wrong about that part. If veterans do not meet the same rules, then you're out, okay? So to put this in perspective, 2.3 million people in total. That would eliminate 1.3 million. That's half of all voucher holders. And over a course of 2 to 5 years would eliminate all half, okay? That means only half of you would remain. Of that, that would flood back in roughly 250,000 vouchers in the market. That would chop waiting lists down by more than half, if not greater. I think it actually reduced wait times by nearly 70% because a lot of these vouchers, if not permitted to go on for 20 and 30 years, would allow other people to be able to use these temporarily as a launch pad to be able to get housing stabilized and, of course, find adequate work to meet the requirements and, of course, exit the program. So this was never designed to be a full-time welfare program. Now, many will argue that this has been tried before and failed miserably. Well, the thing about it is we must keep in mind this is taxpayer funded, okay? If you want to participate in Section 8 housing and you're not 62 years and older and you're not disabled, then you've got to produce income and taxes to remain in the program for the term that they put forward, okay? Mr. Trump has tried to reason this through Congress and the House, which I believe he still has control of both. And since it hasn't been easy to push it through there, he only needs to enact the National Housing Emergency Act of 76. And with that, he's not going to really need many people's approval. It'll simply just roll out. Now, the exact terminology as far as how many work hours and how many years, well, that will be negotiated between both party lines to see how that will work out. For many of you that are already on the voucher, well, when this takes effect, I would imagine everybody will be given notice that does not meet the criteria of being 62 and or disabled, can't prove they're disabled, and then you will be given new paperwork to complete, and then you'll start your journey in reporting work requirements, a minimum of 20 hours a week. It could be more. It really is up to the Trump administration what they're going to want to do in terms of that. Now, whether it's 2 or 5 years, again, that's strictly up to them. So what I'm telling you guys is this: if he has every right to be able to declare this. The National Emergency Act in 76. He's declared it before to go in and deal with immigrants and all kinds of issues. So you should imagine now that this is going forward, with or without congressional approval. Okay, so I would advise most of you to get ready. What we'll see is probably a giant wave of people exiting out of Section 8 over the next 2 to 5 years. For many of you that have languished, seniors and disabled that have languished on waiting lists lasting upwards of 20 years, you're going to watch a lot of those waiting lists vanish, okay? For those that utilize this, it's temporary. The purpose here is if you're not going to contribute through employment and then pay taxes back into the system, then you're not going to be allowed to be able to use it very long, if at all. Failure to comply with the rules and reporting of it will also kick you out, and you will not be returning. So let me say this: as an introduction, I am a Section 8 consultant. I understand this very well. It pleases me very much that seniors and disabled were the original design here. Seniors obviously have already worked their lifetime, paid into the system, And just like Social Security, now they're able to get something out of it. For young adults to be in this, sitting on it for 20 years, does not work. So even my office is going to change its policies, not to match Donald Trump's or the president's policies, but it's not worth my time of my office to help anybody for temporary vouchers. So I can tell you that if he pushes this through, the only persons will likely be addressing are going to be seniors and disabled, unless you have a highly unusual case, okay? So my name is Jay. I'm the owner of Section8Consulting.com, and I'm bringing you some tough news, and we should expect more. Do not think this is going to be the end-all and be-all of what's going to happen. This is the tip of the iceberg. There's been a lot that's happened already. And going down on my list here, they're also slashing Medicare, food stamps, subsidies, housing opportunities for persons with HIV and AIDS, and they're completely eliminating any household that has an undocumented or illegal alien in the home. If you have one of those in your home or in your residence or in your property, you will be banned from Section 8, and people are subject to arrest and even criminal or civil prosecution, okay? So if you have that type of person in your home, you need to find a place to go. I hope that they also address this at the federal level when it comes in terms of homeless shelters, because it also creates a burden within there. We cannot have people that don't have any tie to the U.S. economy using up these resources, okay? That being said, I know it's tough news. Not everybody's going to like it. I'm sure there'll be plenty of kickback in my channel about it. But look, make no mistake. He will announce this. I'm sure of it. If he does not get this through Congress soon, he will announce it. So we were weeks, we were days away, weeks, and possibly months away from him making that declaration. Once that happens, things are going to move quickly, and we'll watch probably the repeal of probably over half the vouchers in the nation. And even if he cut the budget, which that's what happened already, with getting rid of half the people, it would just make a normal budget again. So I believe this was the goal. We should also expect there to be tightening of rules as each year passes during the president's administration. So I have a feeling this will be just the tip of the iceberg in terms of tough love and tough rules, okay? So we will keep reporting on this as necessary and discussing the challenges that both the White House, the administration face, and rolling this out, and how that's going to affect you guys. So I thank you for joining our channel, and we hope to see you again.